offertory. I was trying to get a student a couple of years ago to go faster and try to get them to improve and play out, and I couldn't. And my girlfriend told me the metaphor of the elephant versus the butterfly. And basically, no matter how hard you try, you cannot turn an elephant into a butterfly, and vice versa. So in essence, you help the elephant be the best little elephant it can be, and the butterfly the same. So I tried this, and about a couple months passed, and lo and behold, the front door opened up, and in flew a butterfly. So you may not be able to turn an elephant into a butterfly, but if you give it big enough wings and enough space, I think you can teach it to fly. And there are 2 recipients of the award this year. You guys are getting so good, I can't choose just one anymore. You guys must study with a really good teacher, huh? The first recipient of the Elephant Butterfly Award is Lindsay Hervey. And it is Marie Jensen. And if you listen closely on the piece that Lindsay's going to play, toward maybe the second or third movements, if you close your eyes and listen closely, it should sound like 2 flutes are playing instead of 1.
Thank you, Sam, for doing the bumblebee. That was so cute. Michelle Hunter made that costume. Thank you. And I want everyone to know he still has more grace than me. So I would like the 5 seniors to come forward and stand up here by the, okay, whatever it is, up front. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about each of our graduating seniors. And give me a second, I have to grab some awards here. Okay, Lauren Parker, if you want to step forward, please. I'd like to share a little bit about you. All right. Has anybody had a chance to read any biographies? Yeah? Okay, good. You might want to read them as I'm talking about it if you have them in hand. I wanted to share a story of when each of the kids started or something fun so everybody would know that we all come from humble beginnings. When Lauren started with me, I was really happy because when I asked her to tap her foot, she did. She did it so well, as a matter of fact. At her first contest, I was in the room listening because I was judging, and I can't judge my own students. And she had on some quads, I think, and the tile floor was, of course, hard. And she was tapping away, and I was so proud of her because she didn't miss a beat. And she just kept tapping away, and she played beautifully. And she got a first on her solo, and the judge commended her for tapping her foot. But we thought maybe next time we'd just put cotton underneath it or Kleenex or something to kind of keep away the noise with it. When she was in 8th grade, she won the Rockford Solo Contest for 7th, 8th, and 9th, I think it is, which is a high honor to receive at that age. She went to districts. She went to All-State this year, which is a great honor. She's going to go to ISU this year for, she's going to go into the medical field. And sometimes Lauren can be hard to motivate. I think that's because things come easily to her. And so she has a tendency to wait till the last minute to work on things, but it's okay because it works for her. So each of the girls is getting a plaque with their name and the years that they took lessons. And they're also getting a gag gift for me. So Lauren's going to get her award. And for Lauren, in case she can't get, motivated, I want someone to be able to light a fire under. So she's also getting this big lighter to go with her for college. So Lauren comes first. Okay, Miss Marianne, if you'd like to step forward, please. When Whitney first started, she had been homeschooled, and when she started in high school, she was so excited to be able to be in all the activities that flute sort of took a back seat. And I kind of wondered if she'd stick it out, and she did. She proved me wrong. She stuck it out, and she even got second for most amount of practice, which is wonderful because just to get these guys to practice sometimes, not the seniors, everyone, can be a challenge. She went to districts for 2 years. One of the things I admire about her is she has a very good attitude regardless of how things go. She always keeps her chin up. She's going to be going to Sauk, and she's going to major in engineering, and then she's going to transfer from there. And one of Whitney's tendencies, and I think it comes from being in a big family, because I come from a family of 7 as well. And, well, sometimes lots of times she'd forget her lesson. So I was thinking, what can I do to help her with that, you know? So when I was growing up, we were told to tie a string around our finger if we were trying to remember something. So Whitney's going to get 3 rolls of string to remember from now on. So Whitney? This is getting fun. Let's go. Okay, Renee, step forward, please. Renee Hammer. If you haven't read her bio, let me just reiterate. Renee tends to be a little bit stubborn. However, she has her match in me. So, I can be a bit stubborn too. That's right. Talking from a mother, only a mother. One time, I was teaching in a studio over in Sterling, and it was very small, so I'd leave the door open. And Renee's mom and sister would sit outside, and because I knew Renee well, sometimes I would go to extremes to get her, you know, to learn things. And, well, she didn't like to read key signatures too often, so she would just ignore them. And no matter what I did, it wasn't helping. So I was sitting there one day, and she didn't play B flat, and I'm like, it's a B flat. So she went to play it again, and she still didn't play a flat. So I just took my hand and I whacked her in the arm. And she looked at me and I go, well, if you get it right next time, I won't do it again. So she went to play, she still didn't play it, so I hit her again. And her mom goes, can I do the next one? Why not? You know, whatever it takes, we'll do. So she goes to play and she misses it again. So in runs her mom, hits her on the arm, runs back out. Now her sister pipes up and wants to know if she can come in and do the next one. And I said, yeah, if she gets it wrong, you can come in. So unfortunately, Renee missed it again, and in runs her sister and hit her in the arm. Now, I wouldn't in any way recommend violence to get your students to learn something, but in Renee's case, Lindsay's probably too, it comes highly recommended. So anyway, Renee's going into beauty school and going to continue with her music, and because she tends to be stubborn, I got her pin the tail on the donkey. So Renee, if you'd like to come forward. You can tell that she took off and has just gone with flying colors. And Melody, if you haven't read her bio, I've had her the longest, so she tends to do a lot of things like me, which is scary if you're her parent. She breathes when I breathe. She moves how I move. She plays like I play. And I was thinking, well, what do I get a girl like that? And I was thinking, well, you know, I don't know, I get to see her on a regular basis, and, you know, she probably misses me. So I thought, what better gift to get her than a mirror? And that way, when she misses me, all she has to do is look in the mirror, and she'll see me. So Melody can come forward and get her mirror and her award. Lindsay, please step forward. You know, I don't know where to begin with Lindsay, to be honest with you. You know, there's always a student that comes into your life, and they're going to challenge you regardless. And if you haven't read her bio, I encourage you to do so right now. She tends to be a little bit argumentative and likes to push my buttons and argue, and, well, she likes to get her way. But, again, she has never mentioned it. But I was thinking, which of many stories do I share? So I narrowed it down. When she first came to lessons, for those of you who don't know music, anytime you have a key signature with a 4 on the bottom, it is a rule that there are 4/16 notes to one beat. This is not arguable, this is a fact, just like 2 + 2 = 4. Now, mind you, had Lindsay been around when the people created rhythm, I can guarantee you they would have changed it. because she thinks that 3/16 notes should go to a beat. And I don't even know how many months went by before I could get her to play 4/16 notes to a beat. But if she was around, I can guarantee you there'd be 3/16 notes to a beat today. And actually, I was thinking about that because she likes to whine a lot, and she does it really well. And I think that she whines enough that she probably could scare the devil away. And I'm thinking that God probably intended it that way because He needs somebody on His side to help Him out. Now, I tease her a lot, but she really has come a long way in the last year. She went to districts at All-State this year. She's ranked 6th in the whole state of Illinois out of over 200 flutists just that auditioned, just that made districts. So multiply that times another 2, it's about like 400 flutists. And another thing that she does is she has a lesson every other week. She didn't know I planned it that way. And she, just in case I'm bored, she calls me 3 or 4 times in between lessons to fill me in on the local gossip in Winnebago, where I know no one but her. But that's okay. I tease her all the time, and I make fun of her and stuff, but I really would be bored if she wasn't in my life, and I would miss somebody picking on me all the time, and all my students, I'm sure, will step up to the challenge now that they know that as well. So, it was so cool. You can see the bumper sticker I got her to fit her. Anyway, she's going on to Northern, and she's going to major in musical education. And with her award, I'll show you what I got. She's getting a bumper sticker that says, "The more you complain, the longer God makes you live." Congratulations to all my seniors, but they have to stay up here. Now, I would like all my flute players to come up front and stand up front with these ladies while I do awards. It'll make things run a little more quickly. Did Jennifer Bemis leave?
No, she's coming.
Oh, she's not. She hasn't left. Good, because I need her.
She's coming.
Okay. She's feeling a little under the weather, so we'll wait for her. I just wanted to say while they're coming up here, for those of you who had things go wrong today, welcome to my world. I really do think God keeps me humble by allowing things to go wrong, and I think that's okay. It's a good chance to laugh at yourself and have a lot of fun. I'm going to have these girls stay standing here so that you can take pictures right at the end, and then I'll dismiss you. But we're going to do awards first. Okay, the first award goes for the student who keeps the best notebook. And for those of you who think this isn't important, it's a way of calibrating what they practice so that I can see what they practice. So 3 months down the line, they can see why they progressed versus wondering what they've done in the last 3 months. And the girl who won this won it hands down. She started lessons this summer, and within the first week, I knew she was going to win this. So the kids are getting a smiley bag with a notebook. And they're getting smiley pencils and smiley erasers to go with it. And that's for them to keep their notebook and keep it going. And the recipient of the Best Kept Notebook is Jamie Skinner. She said her notebook broke on the way over here, so God's timing is perfect, isn't it? All right, the next award is going to go for the most amount of practice, but we're going to start with second place. Now, there's a discrepancy on your program. If you look, it's going to show that Renee Ammerman has the most amount of hours for second place, but she didn't have her times turned in, so unfortunately, I'm sorry, Renee, but you don't get an award for that. So for the second place person, for the most hours practiced, it is Heather Herman, and it's for 227 hours, and she's getting the same gift. Heather. Okay, this is going to come as no surprise to any of us, that the person with the most amount of hours is, everybody in unison, here we go, 1, 2, 3, Melody Hammer. Now she's come forward, wait. this is her 5th consecutive year in a row. And I don't know, I don't think that it's fitting just to give her a notebook. I don't know, I think that deserves a little bit more. So this year, I decided I'd give her the notebook, but that I would also give her a plaque. And I've been telling her that, you know, nobody's kept up with her, and that I thought maybe I would just name the award after her from now on. And she didn't believe me, but I did. And it's now going to be called the Melody Hemmer Award, and it's going to say the 5th consecutive year. And I sort of already had my Amyism. When I ordered the plaque and the engraving, believe it or not, I was really good in math in high school. I mean, I graduated salutatorian, and there were more than 2 people in my class. But she had over 400 minutes for 5 years, and I put on her plaque over 20,000 hours. And I thought about that the other day, and I'm like, wow, 20,000 hours? And then God made me realize it's 2,000 hours. But either way, it's very impressive, so very deservingly, I'll hold up her plaque as well so you can see it. Melody? And there's your plaque. Okay. Well, while I'm getting ready to do the next award, I'm going to hand out, every student gets a gift, and Michelle Hemmer this year made bookmarks for all of my kids in County Cross Stitch, and Melody helped out, I believe. So I'm just going to hand these around, and they can take one, but I want them to keep listening so that you can hear their name if they're going to be called for an award. But I'm going to pass those out right now as well. Okay, now, the next award I'm going to give out is called the Perseverance Award. And that goes to the student who hangs in there regardless of how long it takes them to get something down. And this student has worked very, very hard. She started this summer. And like everybody, like 90% of my students, she struggles with counting. And most of us have to backslide a little bit, and she had to as well. But she never gave up, so she too is getting a notebook. And the Perseverance Award goes to Amy Scholl. What I call a fun award. I need Farrell Tremble's help here. For those of you who have never been here, a couple of years ago I started this award because one of my students apologized every time she made a mistake with me. And I kept telling her she didn't have to apologize, and she still did, just out of habit. And so I started that year giving them joke awards, and so she got a balloon that said I'm sorry on it. So last year, I just kind of picked the person with the biggest idiosyncrasy or something consistent, and it's all in fun. And last year, Farrell was fortunate enough to win this. And what she did was when she'd make a mistake, she'd stomp her foot and go, okay, ready? Okay, ready? So she won last year. So she gets to pass it on this year. And I have to admit, and sorry to say, Whitney and Farrell, but both of you still have the best idiosyncrasies, even new ones. And, but one day I was teaching, and this student was trying to get this part. And she couldn't get it, and I'm like, okay, I'll play it for you. So I went to play it, and I couldn't get it. And so I'm like, okay, I'll try again. So the second time I played it, I didn't get it. So I tried it a third time, and it was worse. So I'm just like, you know what? I don't have to play it by Saturday. You do. You play it. So she put up her flutes, and she went to play it the first time. She couldn't get it. So she played it a second time. It was worse. She played it a third time. It's even worse. And she looked at me, and she's like, you gave me your disease. Little does she know that's not the beginning. Anyway, if she doesn't know by now, this award goes to Ashley with us. All right, the next award is for Most Improved. We have 2 people for this, and obviously it's for the people who have improved the most. One of them is very young. She's 9, And when she first started, she got a sticker for standing still and holding up her flute without rolling her eyes or moving around. And now she memorizes the music. She plays standing up. She taps her foot. She does everything I ask her. She still likes to test the waters, but keeps me on my toes. So the first recipient of the Most Improved goes to Jennifer Beeman. All right, the other person who's getting Most Improved, she struggled with counting and key signatures as well last year, and she's come a long ways with that. She's reading her key signatures much better this year and counting better, and she's more willing to go out on a limb and has more confidence this year. So the other recipient is Farrell Trump. Okay, the next award is called the Elephant and the Butterfly Award. If you're not listening, please listen very carefully. This is a kind of a long story. And last year, the girl who got it, I don't know, maybe she just didn't hear the whole story. But anyway, so here's how it goes. I was struggling with a student, and no matter how hard I tried different things and pushed her, I couldn't get her to move along or improve. So I called my girlfriend, who's a wonderful teacher, and she told me an analogy about an elephant and a butterfly. And she said, no matter how hard you try, you can't turn an elephant into a butterfly. So I went back to teaching, and by taking that into account, it actually helped. It helped her and it helped me. And time passed by, and it was time for her lesson one day, and the front door blew open, and in flew a butterfly. So it's somebody who started out maybe slow or struggling, and one day everything just clicked for them. So there's 2 recipients for that, and one of them, she's grown a lot in the last year and made leaps and bounds as well. Her tone is so big, I have to leave the room when she does warm-ups. Her technique has improved tremendously. She had the hardest solo for junior high this year. So the first recipient of the Elephant and Butterfly Award is Katie Trumbull. Okay, now the next recipient, I'm not even sure she ever started at an elephant level. I'm not so sure she didn't start at a butterfly and just hasn't gotten more colors over time. Because when she came to me at age 10, I believe, she was already playing with vibrato, tapping her foot, playing musically, and I thought, this is a gift from God. And she put on a really good show for us today. So the other recipient for the Elephant and Butterfly Award is Karen Gallant. Okay, now the top award. And actually, could I ask everybody to pass the biographies to the end of the aisles, and I'll ask maybe Brett to pick them up, and then I'll hand them out. Let each one of the students take them with them today. And then I will have more for you, so if you want one or one of your friends does, let me know, and I'll give them to you for your students, for your children's lessons. The top award is named after my first flute teacher, Jane Schuler. And unfortunately, Jane died, I believe she was 30 or 33. And she had cancer. And she was the most vivacious, outgoing, bubbly person and teacher I'd ever met. And she loved her music with a passion, and she worked hard, and she did everything it took to be a well-rounded musician. And I chose 2 people. Actually, you know what? I wanted everybody who's won this award first in the past, because I try not to repeat these awards. So I want everybody who has won the Jane Schuler Award, please to step forward up here quick. I want everybody to see who's won in the past. Come forward, please. Thank you. Okay, so the first recipient is a senior, and in the last year she really worked hard on districts and all-state music, actually the last 2 years. And she's overcome a lot of obstacles and really worked hard. And the first recipient of the Jane Schuler Award is Renee Hammerman. Okay, and the other recipient is also a senior, and as I mentioned earlier, she went to All-State and was ranked in the top 6. And I wasn't sure she was going to earn this award because talent came to her very naturally, but she really put it to the test this summer and set really high goals for herself and just amazed me with how much she grew. So the other recipient is Lindsay Herbig. Okay, I would like everybody to give a round of applause for all these ladies again. And thank you to all the companies, Carol Brown, Lori Addy, Faith Hemmer, Laura Gallert, Marie Jensen, and her brother Daniel Jensen, and anybody else I forgot. And I'm just going to ask the girls to stand here, and we'll get organized, so if you guys want to take a group picture, we will, and we're ready to go downstairs. Thank you so much for coming. I'm proud of you ladies. You did wonderfully, and God bless you all. Thank you.